Good morning, everyone. Hope you're well. The Anytime Notebook for WeLoveBetting.co.uk. Apologies for the rather croaky voice. Feeling a little bit under the weather. Fear not, though. We'll rattle on through this Anytime Notebook. It's been a while since I've done a video, so welcome back. We'll start off in League Two this week. It's an international week, so I guess all eyes on, from a domestic point of view, on Leagues 1 and 2. So start off in League 2. I've got a sneaky feeling about Hartlepool this weekend. It's mainly kind of opposing Southend rather than on a pro Hartlepool at the moment. They look really short of goals, Southend. I know Barry Core's got a couple, but none of those forward line look in particularly good form. And I think Phil Brown's under a fair bit of pressure, a bit of pressure that could increase if they don't get 3 points at home to Hartlepool. I think Sam Collins, if you're Hartlepool this weekend, you definitely get stuck in and have a go, and think that maybe 1 or 2 goals might be enough. So I think, I know they're bottom of the league, but it's been a fair old week for Hartlepool. If you're looking for positives, it came from 2-0 down at home to Newport in the last 10 minutes, which was good. Avoided a potential banana skin at home last weekend in the FA Cup as well. And they scored in their last 7 as well. So, if you're looking for 6-1 shots, which they are, you wouldn't go far wrong if you backed Hartlepool. I'll be opposing Southend, like I say. I'm going to put up Brad Walker, who was given a rest by Sam Collins when he was in caretaker charge. He's only, I think he's 18 or 19 years old, but he reacted really well. Come back fighting fit, kind of learned the lessons, I guess, and has scored in consecutive games against Cambridge and Newport. Kind of an attacking midfielder, 10-1. You're bound to get a bit of value if you side with Hartlepool in any of the markets this weekend, and such is the case with the goal scorers. But he'll do for me, 10-1. Looks a fair price. So we'll put up Brad Walker for Hartlepool if they can spring a shock, or even I definitely think they can get on the score sheet. So they've done it in their last 7. So if they can spring a shock at Southend, he goes in first. Next up, we're going to go up into League 1. So if you followed me on Twitter recently, you know I'm pretty keen on Barnsley. Spent a fair bit looking at their games to date last week. Danny Wilson got lots of talent in that side and started off the season on the back foot, but just starting to kind of get going really. And I'm a big fan of their top 6 price. So check that out if you're interested. If you still got anti-post on the brain as we before Christmas. So they host Hartlepool, Colchester. I really am struggling today. They host Colchester, who got through 6-3 against Gosport Borough in the FA Cup last weekend. I think it was a result that epitomised Colchester's season to date. Plenty of attacking intent, but just still conceded 3, struggling to keep a clean sheet. I don't think they've kept one since September, and in most instances they're struggling just to keep it down to 1 as well. So definitely a chance that Barnsley can get at Colchester this weekend and continue their good form. I think I put up Ryan Williams last week. He was a good price last week, and he's the same price this weekend. So 7-2. I mentioned that he took up some good positions in behind Sam Winnell and Devontae Cole. Of all of those names in that Barnsley midfield kind of attacking 5 or 6, then I'm thinking of Conor Hourihane and Winnell and the likes. He looks the best value for me at 7-2. Yet to get off the score sheet, but he's on loan from Fulham. Definitely got goals in him. So we'll put up Ryan Williams at 7-2 to add to Brad Walker at 10-1. And finally, I was struggling, so if in doubt, head to my own club, Coventry. Woeful form at the moment. They host Notts County. I finally got a clean sheet in midweek. I don't think that's kind of papered over any of the cracks at all. It's well publicised. The inability of Stephen Presley to stop the goals against. We've conceded 2 in something like 8 of the last 11 games. Like I say, clean sheet in midweek in the Johnston Payne Trophy against Plymouth. But that by no means means that all of our questions have been answered. Reader Johnson and Aaron Martin, 2 centre backs, they missed that midweek game against Plymouth. They're obviously important from a defensive point of view, but I'm tempted to think that even if they don't make it this weekend, I think they may do. But it was a pretty awful performance midweek again. So we continue to look vulnerable down that left-hand side, and I think my bet here is Sean Derry's been quite cute with the way he's used Zeli Ismail recently, kind of coming on from the bench. This is the kind of Wolves winger on loan. Spent a bit of time at Burton last year as well. I'm going to second guess him and say that this weekend looks like a good opportunity to employ Ismail against, see if he can get a Ryan Haynes down down that right hand side. He's got 4 in his last 10. Like I say, taking a bit of a gamble that he starts, but yeah, 4 in his last 10, 11-2 with Paddy Power. That's fine with me. So yeah, you've got some of that risk built into that price that he doesn't start. But like I say, we'll second guess Sean Derry and presume that he might start with him to get it Ryan Haynes down the right hand side. So Zeli Ismail for a Notts County side in good form, away at Coventry on that bit of a dodgy pitch, but we'll ignore that. 11-2. Who else did we say? Brad Walker. 10-1 for Hartlepool as they look to spring a shock at Southend, and will put up Ryan Williams for the second week in a row. You only get 2 weeks on the Anytime Notebook, so Mr. Ryan Williams, this is your last chance. 7-2 looks a good price as Barnsley host Colchester. Whatever you're backing, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you on the other side, by which time hopefully I'll be a little bit better.